Sunshine. Have you ever wondered what it's like for people who downsize to then go like travel the world? You know, they sell all of their possessions. How do they do it? Like, how do you just let go of things? My problem that I'm coming across as I'm going through my things in, I guess, our office is many of the things that are in here are projects or ideas or books and things that have been saved for later when I thought we would get to them sooner, and it's taken a lot longer than expected. And then now I'm having to go through things because we simply will not have the space for it in the cottage, and I won't get to store things here. And I'm really trying to be like intentional about, you know, if I haven't used it or it's broken, like I should just get rid of it. But I'm looking at this pile right here. There are things here that I want to hold on to simply because they're sentimental or because they have like a purpose I just haven't gotten to use them for. There's a bunch of books and curriculum and things that I have saved because I want to use it. It's just when I think in my head about how small the place is, I'm like, where's all this gonna go? How do people who actively choose to live in a tiny home with a family long term, how do they do it? On a different note, I would love to show you what the playroom is looking like. I have sorted all the toys. Over here, those two boxes, those are the toys coming with us. And some of these toys, such as the doll that I think is coming with us, has not been put back away. Mom, so we'll have to go through all that again. That box is also coming with us, but that's a bin of books that stays at my mom's house. This box is a bin of things that the kids are going to see if they can sell. Probably we'll try to put on like a yard sale later in August. That way it's like, if we get some extra cash, great. If not, then we're just going to donate things. Imagination bin, Legos, extra large stuffed animals. Crafts, cars, tiny toys, building stuff, dolls and Barbies, and one thing that I don't really know what to do with. There's stuffed animals over here. I don't have a bin to put them in because I'm currently using their old pink bin as the imagination bin. Today's plan is to take these things into the office because that's where they're supposed to live after we move anyways. I shouldn't be surprised that as I'm moving things, I'm noticing certain stuff that we sorted into piles and even, I think, sorted into our moving boxes are out on the floor. I guess it's my own fault that I didn't tape up these boxes because now there's toys everywhere and I have to go ask my kids again, what's coming with us? What's staying here? Where the heck these stuffed animals are going for now because they do need a space. I was thinking that I used this basket dirty and it needs cleaned out. We had been using this as our laundry basket for moving clothes and stuff around, but it's been gone several months and we've not used it. So for now, I think it's an okay. It's okay to use for those. Here's what we're working with in this room now. Over there is donate. We don't have a lot to donate, as you can see. So I told the kids that from this pile of all their things, whatever they want to sell, if anybody buys, they can split that money and use it towards something. Just not more toys. Getting rid of this bike. This bike. Over here, this is what we're taking with us. You've already seen those two boxes. This is also a box of more books. And then a picture that I forgot that I had up there that we are going to bring with us. And this is what the state of the room looks like now. I know it's going to get a whole lot worse because going through this room, that's my project for right now. All of this. And on this side is all the things that I need to figure out how to sort in there. That's my mom's stuff that she's going to go through probably later this week. But I get to figure out how all of this is going to go into this. This into this. I am realizing that I don't think I can actually get rid of things very well. I thought that I could. It was easy for me to do it with the kids' toys because as their mom, I recognize what they don't really play with, what's broken and what's most likely not going to be touched. Whereas when it comes to my things, like I mentioned earlier, everything that I have accumulated has had a purpose. It's just the fact that I haven't had a space of my own to organize these things in, to put them in a spot. What's that phrase, that quote where it's like everything has a place and everything in its place? I know you've heard it. I just don't remember which exactly, like what exact way it goes. My books, for example, I don't have a bookshelf. And when I move, I still won't have a bookshelf. The best that I think I'll be able to do is get cubbies and use those as bookshelves. And then there's like these books that I was given to by the church or by friends because I do like to read. I just have not been in like the right headspace to do so. I don't see a book that pops out at me that I go, I'm gonna get rid of you. This is painful. This is actually so hard. I was hoping that as we go along over the years that we won't have to get a bigger house, but I like my things. I don't ever imagine us living in a mansion. That would be, I don't know, that's just like not something I've ever imagined. But if we're ever in a big space, like a space like my mom's house, her house is pretty big, I think everything would have a purpose. I hate having stuff cluttered in a room, and it may not seem that way because I've had it be that way, but it's just like, I don't feel comfortable asking my mom, like, hey mom, let me organize everything up here the way I want it to be, because it's not my house, it's not my space. We weren't supposed to be here this long. We've overextended our stay. I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff. I just brought these up from downstairs, and tell me why it's actually so scary to walk up the stairs sidestepping because you can't put anything on your stomach. I'm like worried the whole time that I'm going to trip. It's not a good feeling, but I'm here. I made it. These are some of the boxes that my mom has saved for me, and I get to figure out how I want to pack things into them. I don't have tape, so that is something I'm going to need to do at some point, but I think that if I could organize as much as possible everything that is in our office into these, then like I could consider it a job well done. Clothes and things, those won't be packed until maybe a day or two before the move. And then there's other things that we need to get before moving in. Some of those things may be new. I've contemplated like whether or not I want to get stuff new and just good quality so it lasts longer, or do I want to go to the thrift store and just get whatever I can find so it's cheap, but there's the potential that it could break or not last as long. And I don't know if it like fully matters, you know, moving into the tiny cottage, what if I just get things that I like enough from thrift stores, and then whenever we move out of there, then I could like really invest in how I want to set up our home and make it feel. Because I don't think that I could do that to the extent that I want to, just with how tiny the space is. I just have to make do with that space. We'll have another series of thrift trips coming up for that, because I will need to be going and getting things and just being happy with what I can find as long as it will work. This box of books over here, you saw this earlier, it's so heavy. I think I have too many books in there, so I'm going to see if I can, I don't know, divide up that box with maybe this box? How do you pack books? Is there actually a way to do this without it killing the box? I refuse to be stressed out when it comes to actually moving. The hope is that I will have done this first process of just going through all of our stuff and having it as prepped as possible. And then when we go and start shopping for things as we move, and then packing that up, like I just want the week before moving to feel peaceful. I do not want that week to be full of packing up last minute things. I would really enjoy just being able to relax, knowing that we're going to be moving and knowing that all the boxes are prepped. If anything, like maybe the week before officially moving in, we'll just spend that week slowly moving the things in. I've seen different videos of people who will do like they'll move in all in one day, and that's usually been the case for me growing up when my family would move. But I've thought about, okay, well, if we have access to the place a week before the move-in date, then what if we just started moving in throughout the week, setting up different, like the different sections of the home, instead of it just being boxes everywhere. And I'm trying to figure out how to make this process the least bit in being like overwhelming. I don't want to be overwhelmed. I'm going to watch some videos on how people live in tiny homes and how they organize things. My biggest thing is like I want to know how they're making meals, especially if they don't have like an oven. Like the people who, I don't know how that works in some tiny homes, because I think most tiny homes do have an oven and maybe a small freezer. So maybe I'll have to watch van life people too and see what they're cooking, how they're making things, especially if they're a family. The ideal video to watch would be a family situation similar to my own, where, you know, they've figured out how to have healthy meals, they have like this routine, because I need some ideas. Here's what we're looking at. I'm going to make this the designated magazine box. For the rest of these boxes, I can't speak right now. For the rest of these books, I'm going to see if I can fit them in here. This box is starting to look a little small, but it might be fine. You know what a plot twist it would be? After living in the tiny cottage for my husband, I'd go, yeah, I think we could handle doing like van life or something. I was watching videos. Sorry, I thought I saw a spider. I was watching videos of how people make their food. And the most relatable kitchen setup to what we're going to have in the cottage is those van life people. Not RV living, not that, because those do have ovens and we will not. And they do have like a bit more counter space and we will not. So like not the trailer life, not a class C, no, like van life. Like there is a tiny little fridge and a tiny little counter and they've got like their portable stove. Looking at those, it's going to be weird not having any sort of baked meals. I actually really like baked meals, especially during the colder months. And with the fact that our fridge is going to be small, it's not like I could just come over to my mom's, bake something, and then bring the leftovers, because there's not room. I think I will do okay with the tiny living outside of the kitchen situation, because I have to eat a lot as I'm getting bigger. My kids are always hungry. My husband's always hungry. Like, we're just a hungry family. We really love food. I don't know how this is going to work in a tiny kitchen. Like, we're going to have to be grocery shopping probably every 2 to 3 days. Whereas on average, we usually shop 1 to 2 weeks. Also, I found these up in the cabinet and I feel like maybe I shouldn't be eating them because they're really hard. I don't think they're supposed to be this hard when you eat them. I probably shouldn't put that in my gut. I've eaten like halfway through this one. Yeah, I'm just gonna toss these. Time to go get the books from the other room. This bump, oh my goodness. That's quite the curve in my back. And I'm not even halfway there. Like, I'm gonna be probably, oh goodness. Alright. When it comes to my books, I'm the type of person that does not hold on to any other kind of book except for it being like a personal development, or like it tells me how to do something, like a skill building type of book. The kids get to have their own little stories because they're children, but for me, once I read like a book that isn't a self-help or a skill building type of piece, I tend to just not want to have it because I've already read it. I know how it goes. I'm not the type of person to sit down and reread a story, but I would easily rewatch a movie. And so like I've got like a stack of movies over there. Let's start putting these away, I guess. Books completed.